Hi, everyone. I've been playing games all my life. I grew up playing games like Mario, Zelda, Halo, the list goes on. Games with big budgets and big effects. But as I started to go through college, I noticed something change. There were really popular games out there that didn't have big budgets. Indie games. Games like Limbo with 8 developers and 10 million in revenue. Super Meat Boy with 2 developers and 7 million in revenue. Braid, made by one guy and 6 million revenue. So what really caused these games to rise? Ease of digital distribution, thanks to a multi-billion-dollar platform called Steam. If you put a game on there, you can potentially reach millions of customers with little to no overhead. So I saw this as an opportunity to both start my own business and pursue my dream of being in the game industry. So I experimented for over a year with different game ideas, and then it hit me. I'm sure you've seen something like this before. If you look at the white, it's a vase. If you look at the black, it's a couple of silhouettes. This is the idea of negative space. And negative space, I realized, was not something that had been used much in games to date. So I decided to make it the basis for my game, The Rabbit and the Owl. The Rabbit and the Owl is a cooperative puzzle game in which you play a white rabbit and a black owl in opposite worlds of light and dark, where the shifting of one environment inversely affects the other. They have to help each other reach their goals without ever directly interacting. I wanted the game to be a contemplative representation of an important part of life, our relationships with each other. You can be opposite but symbiotic, so close yet so far away. I've worked hard to create a game that is not only fun but reflects upon real-life experiences that I think will strike a chord with many people. So how do we know that this game is any good? Let's go back to that Steam platform that I talked about earlier. And to get on Steam, you have to go through a process called Steam Greenlight, which is curated directly by gamers themselves. On Greenlight, we ended up at the top 1% of games, had a 97% positive feedback ratio, and we were greenlit in just 13 days. We've shown our game at various events, garnering high enthusiasm from kids to adults, casual to hardcore gamers. And we even got some very passionate fans. Finally, the most important indication that the game is any good is we were just at an event in Seattle this past weekend called PAX. And if you're unfamiliar, PAX is the largest gaming convention in the US with over 80,000 attendees a year. We, gamers and industry figures alike, were all there to see the best games, and it's extremely curated and prestigious to get into, as we were one of 22 independent developers selected by PAX staff to showcase their game out of thousands. We directly demoed the game to over 600 people, and the vast majority of them loved it. The emphasis on a casual cooperative experience really made it a big hit. In fact, many people came back multiple times to show their friends and family. So what's our competition looking like? On Steam, there are about 3,000 games released annually, but only 70 of them are puzzle platformers, which is our type of genre. And you can think of puzzle platformers as sort of like Mario, but instead of jumping over Goombas, you solve puzzles to move on to the next level. So of the 70, only about half of them are a fully featured type game. So our direct competition is relatively small compared to the space. We are targeting about 1 million indie gamers who play puzzle platformers out of a total pool of about 25 million indie gamers, a number that's growing every day. However, as a game starts to do better, it tends to move outside of its initial target audience, so we do have the potential to reach this broader 25 million user base. So I'm Gary Chow, founder of Formal Sheep. I'm the programmer, biz dev, and developer. My friend Justin Olson helps me with the level design. We are both UCLA alums, and we have some great contractors working on the art, music, and sound for the game to bring it to life. We've been bootstrapped with about $9,000 spent over 12 months so far, and we are aiming for a Q1 release of next year at a price point of about $10 a copy. We are also on Kickstarter for the entire month of September right now. We actually launched last Thursday, and in less than 5 days, we reached our initial funding goal. But we are pushing to reach these stretch goals so that we can continue to add new features to the game and polish it even more. So our company is Formal Sheep. The game is The Rabbit and the Owl. There's a lot of animals, I know. But we do have a booth outside if you want to try the game for yourself or if you have any questions. And if you do like the game, you can pre-order the game right now on Kickstarter by backing us at formalsheep.com/Kickstarter. Thank you.